in 30 seconds. Only one inhib is down, but they just one-shot Perks. He had flash up and it didn't matter. This is Sword Art now reached the back line. They're gonna just pick off Sven, and they don't even need a mid. TSM's good with that one. Fudge can only run away. A triple kill already for Lost. He wants the fourth. It's gonna be no problem. Hooney will not steal it. And all that's left is Vulcan. Where is he even gonna go? Sword Art gonna try to lock the man down. They're gonna give him the penta!
Welcome back to the weekly Rift Review, your quick refresher on everything LoL Esports. I'm Frankie Ward, and to make sure you never miss highlights like TSM Lost's pentakill, make sure to follow @LoL Esports on Twitter. Remember Ahri, you know, the KDA pop star? Well, she's also a champion, and last Friday she finally returned to the LEC after almost 4 years, getting revived by Mad Lions mid laner Humanoid.
Looking to scrape, oh my word, straight over the wall. It's the Magnet Storm over the wall again, but they do drag everybody out through the lantern and flash.
Humanoid's pocket pick worked out pretty well, flying around team fights for some sneaky assassinations in his 2 Ahri games. Sadly though, Mad Lions failed to go undefeated with the champ, losing to Rogue on Saturday's match of the week. But hey, that match was super close, with Rogue only finding their way back into the game thanks to a massive Odoamne play at Baron.
Go in, flash smite on the Udyr up and available. Odoamne acting on the front line, but he's just taking so much damage. They're just deleting him. There's no room now. Inspired into the midst of everyone. The shutdown, inspired on the chase.
Mad Lions joined Rogue and G2 as the 3rd team to qualify for the LEC Spring Split playoffs. And speaking of G2 and Rogue, the 2 teams faced off last Friday, though their rematch wasn't nearly as close, mainly because of Caps' Lucian Lane Kingdom.
Person inspired on nearby. This is going to turn into a 2v2 as Caps is just running down Larson. First blood picked up solo.
Hovering over to the LCK, Afrika Freak's top laner Kiin pulled out a relic himself, busting out the top lane Nasus against Damwon Kia. Like Ahri, Nasus hasn't been seen in ages. His last LCK appearance was 980 days ago, when then SKT picked him versus BBQ Olivers in 2018. Funnily enough, Damwon's AD carry Ghost was actually in that match, playing Varus in both games. Unfortunately for Kiin though, his Sion counter didn't work out. Sure, he farmed a bunch of stacks and his bot lane even carried the early game, but that was thanks to Lehen Thresh.
Will come through. And here we go again. Lehen's gonna find Beryl in the jungle this time. The cask is not good. And Fly just comes down.
But come team fights, all of those stacks meant nothing, because Kiin literally couldn't move. Between the Lilia Sleeps, Varus' Chain, and Gragas' Cask, Damwon turned poor Nasus into a statue, forced to watch his team get wiped.
As that is a huge one, but now front to back with Bang, trying to chop him down, a big cask onto the Nasus, and they will be able to take.
Let this be a warning, LCK teams. If you pick Nasus against Damwon, your top laner is gonna have a bad time. After 7 weeks of waiting, EDG and RNG finally faced off in the LPL's battle for first place. Man, just saying that takes me back to 2016, but of course, both of these teams are much different from back then. Well, except Xiaohu. Xiaohu's in his 6th year with RNG, and he's still one of the best in his role. Except this year, his role is top lane, where he's already beating his biggest competition, last Saturday being no exception. Xiaohu led RNG to a 2-1 victory over EDG, taking over game 1 after stomping Flandre's Gnar with his top lane Tristana counterpick.
Lyric, waves coming up. Like, what do? Onslaught of Shadows, good night. Flandre dead again.
Xiaohu earned his 2nd MVP of the night in Game 3, where he picked up the Gnar himself, finding huge ults in a bunch of teamfights.
Burning down EDG.
And now we're back. We're doing this again as Xiaohu. Oh my god!
But Xiaohu wasn't the only RNG member making huge plays that night. Thanks to some beautiful Lilia ults from Wei, RNG's AD carry mopped up teamfights in Game 3 after getting his turn on Tristana. I guess you just can't give that Yordle to RNG anymore. Jumping back to the weird picks, League's king of dark technology just hit another milestone. FPX mid lane and world champion Doinb won his 300th LPL game last Monday, and as you can probably guess, he wasn't playing your typical control mage. Instead, he brought out the Nocturne Mid to close out the series, which he described as just one of his many secret weapons, known only by him and his stream.
So actually for this, we got so many secret weapons in our pocket, and for this champion, actually we have practiced them, and also I have shared to all the people from my live streams that we have so many secret weapons.
Doinb was relentless on Nocturne, hunting for kills whenever his Paranoia ultimate was up. Poor JDG needed a nightlight with how often Doinb turns Summoner's Rift pitch black.
Set himself up. We can see now Yagao getting caught out by the Paranoia. They don't know exactly where he is, but he's perfectly blocks the stun.
Kled, Seraphine, Rumble, Scion, and now Nocturne. I'm convinced Doinb's on a mission to try and win the split without playing any mages. The LCS just got spicy. With only 1 week remaining until playoffs, the race for first became even tighter after Cloud9 lost to TSM and Team Liquid last weekend.
But low is not enough. The shields are coming out, the reinforcements coming down. The 3-man Mega Gnar ulti serving them up on a silver platter.
While TSM and Team Liquid proved they could beat the best team in the league, they've also shown they can randomly lose to just about anyone. Right after they beat Cloud9, Team Liquid lost to 9th place CLG, who've become pretty scary after Pobelter's return.
Who was it on Team Liquid who tweeted out, happy to go 3-0 this
Just
week?
a couple of wins will determine if these teams begin playoffs as a top seed or all the way down in the losers bracket, making every game next week a must win. So grab some green tea, incense, candles, or whatever else calms you down, because boy, are next week's games gonna be stressful. As the LEC and LCS enter their final week of the spring regular season, let's check out the global standings. Dignitas jumped back up to 2nd place in the LCS standings thanks to an impressive 3-0 week. Mad Lions found their playoff ticket on Friday with the help of Humanoid's pocket pick Ahri. RNG grabbed sole possession of first over in the LPL after their huge win over EDG on Saturday. And Damwon Kia continued to sit at the top of the LCK, growing their win streak to 10 after beating Afrika. I'm Frankie Ward, and this has been the Weekly Riff Review. Don't forget to follow LoL Esports on Twitter so you never miss another episode. I will see you guys next week, but in the meantime, I'm going to go mentally prepare myself for next week's LCS games. I've heard lavender is soothing.